Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code DTC P0963 refers specifically to the automatic transmission AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A in the Honda CRV models from 2011 to 2016. This solenoid plays a crucial role in regulating hydraulic pressure within the transmission to assist in smooth gear shifts. Located within the transmission assembly, this component is essential for optimal vehicle performance. When the code is triggered, it indicates an issue with the electrical circuit associated with the solenoid valve, not a mechanical failure within the transmission. Proper troubleshooting steps must be followed to identify the root cause and rectify the issue effectively. The DTC P0963 indicates a problem with the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A, an electrical component involved in the automatic transmission's operation. This solenoid controls the hydraulic pressure necessary for clutch engagement and disengagement. Its proper functioning is critical to ensure smooth shifting and optimal performance of the transmission system. Positioned within the transmission assembly, it interfaces directly with the vehicle's powertrain control module, PCM. If this solenoid experiences electrical circuit issues, it can lead to transmission performance problems. The code does not signify any mechanical defects within the transmission itself, but rather highlights electrical failures. Several potential causes can trigger the P0963 fault code. Firstly, an electrical circuit issue is often at the heart of the problem, possibly due to damaged wiring or a short circuit. Secondly, the failure of the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve itself can prevent potential operation, leading to incorrect fluid pressure. Additionally, poor connections or loose terminals between the solenoid valve and the PCM can contribute to malfunction. Any of these conditions could prevent the solenoid from receiving the necessary signals to operate accurately. Proper diagnosis should include checks of all electrical components relevant to this circuit. Owners may notice various symptoms associated with the DTC P0963. Commonly, transmission shifting issues are prevalent, where the vehicle may exhibit harsh or erratic transitions between gears. Additionally, a delayed engagement can occur, where the vehicle may hesitate to shift into gear after pressing the accelerator. This is typically due to improper hydraulic pressure. Often, the check engine light will illuminate, indicating that the vehicle has detected a fault code within the onboard diagnostic system. These symptoms can lead to a negative driving experience, prompting the need for immediate inspection and repair. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0963 involves a systematic verification of the problem. Begin by turning the ignition switch to the on position, I. This action powers the vehicle's systems without starting the engine. Next, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear any existing DTCs from the system. This step is crucial for ensuring that any past issues do not interfere with current diagnostics. After clearing, start the engine and allow it to run for at least 1 second to stabilize the system. Finally, check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. If P0963 is still indicated, it confirms the persistence of the issue, allowing you to proceed with further diagnostics. In the second step of the troubleshooting process for DTC P0963, you will conduct an operational check on the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. This begins with selecting the appropriate test option for clutch pressure control linear solenoid valve A from the miscellaneous test menu in the HDS. You will then execute a test to determine if the solenoid is operational. The HDS will provide a status update on the solenoid's performance. If the HDS indicates a normal result, it confirms that the solenoid is functioning properly, allowing you to move on to the next troubleshooting phase. If the result is abnormal, further investigation is warranted. The third step involves verifying the OBD onboard diagnostics status of the solenoid. Using the HDS, set the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A to a current of 0.2 amperes, which is a typical operational parameter. This measure helps ascertain if the solenoid operates under expected electrical conditions. Next, monitor the OBD status for DTC P0963 within the DTCs menu. If the HDS indicates a failed status, this clearly demonstrates that a fault exists, prompting you to return to the previous steps and recheck connections and wiring. Conversely, if the system shows passed or reports an intermittent failure, it suggests that the solenoid may be functioning correctly at this moment, indicating further inspection of circuits is required. In this fourth step, you will conduct an internal resistance check on the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. Start by turning the ignition switch to the lock position 0 to ensure safety during this test. Afterward, disconnect the 2P connector for the solenoid valve to isolate the component from the system. Utilize a multimeter to measure the resistance between test points 1 and 2 at the connector. The tested condition for this measurement is with the ignition in the lock position. It is essential for the resistance to read within the range of 4.8 to 6.0 ohms. If the reading falls within this range, it indicates that the solenoid is functioning correctly, and you can move on to the next troubleshooting step. If the measurement is outside this range, replacement of the solenoid may be necessary. The final troubleshooting step focuses on verifying the integrity of the electrical connections associated with the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. With the ignition still in the lock position and the solenoid's 2P connector disconnected, check for continuity between test points 1 and 2. Proper testing will confirm whether the PG2 line has an unbroken path to ground. If there is continuity, it signifies that the wiring is intact and functioning as expected. However, should continuity be absent, it indicates the possibility of an open circuit between the solenoid and ground, necessitating repairs to the PG2 line or addressing poor ground connections. Additionally, if necessary, updating the PCM software or substituting it with a known good unit may be required before you can confidently complete the repair process. After all necessary repairs regarding DTC P0963, it is crucial to conduct a final verification to confirm that the issue has been resolved. Begin this verification by reconnecting all previously disconnected connectors associated with the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. Once all connections are secure, turn the ignition switch to the on position 2 to power the systems. Use the HDS to clear any DTCs to refresh the system. Following this, start the engine and allow it to run for a minimum of 1 second. Finally, monitor the OBD status for DTC P0963 using the HDS. This verification process provides concrete evidence whether the repairs were successful and ensures the solenoid operates correctly without generating further fault codes. To prevent the occurrence of issues like DTC P0963 in the future, implementing a routine preventive maintenance schedule is essential. Regular electrical inspections of the transmission components can help spot potential problems before they escalate. Monitoring overall transmission performance frequently will allow for early detection of any irregularities in shifting or engagement. It is equally vital to keep the vehicle's PCM software up to date with the latest manufacturer releases, as updates may resolve bugs that could lead to faults. Additionally, ensuring that all electrical connections are clean and secure can reduce the risk of intermittent faults related to wiring and terminals. This proactive approach will ultimately contribute to the reliability of the vehicle's transmission system. In conclusion, DTC P0963 is primarily indicative of an electrical problem concerning the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A within the Honda CRV 2011 to 2016 models. Understanding the role of this solenoid in the transmission system is crucial for effective diagnosis and repair. Following the outlined troubleshooting steps sequentially ensures a comprehensive evaluation of both the solenoid and its electrical connections. It is important to note that mechanical failures are not implicated in this code. Therefore, performing regular preventive maintenance and updates will support long-term performance and reliability. Addressing these issues promptly can enhance the driving experience and maintain optimal vehicle functionality. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.